Success is guaranteed. Proof of work is required. Success is guaranteed, but proof of work is required. Powerful. Powerful. Okay. Yeah, so I know you guys are already looking at the market. You're disappointed at the market. It's a holiday. So the market is on holiday. I got a couple of things I want to show. I'll be training. Okay. Sorry. So let me give you an expectation of the call. Let me give you an expectation on the call so you guys can know what we are up for. So today is normally Friday, and Friday is our review, market review, personal accountability call. But I made it a special training in the sense that I have as we grow, as we evolve in training and strategy and experiences, I'm just giving you guys a template for exposure and growth so that you can have a good track record on how you move. As I'm moving, I want to know how you guys, I want you guys to understand how to move based on where you are. All right. So we're evolving. We've evolved from LBS to LBS plus, okay, with a different variation. We've transited, we've been blessed with now the swing shift, strategy, which is for some of you still you're not there yet. Some of you did not experience the training. I didn't make it public. I know I did it. Like I made it public, but I didn't uh it's not open. If you didn't participate in that training, I want you to hungry. I want you to hunger. I want you to qualify. I want you to be in a place where you're ready. So it means you weren't ready, you're not qualified. So but that is there. I'm using it every day. So you're gonna understand it anyway as long as you're participating. But it's next level. Um and now I feel a sense of our new variation of London Breakout Sniper, which is the shift, the LBS plus. So it's gonna be directional. Because one of the things I always see in the market is the ability to control my narratives, not the narrative of the market. So the more you have control over the market, the more you're going to begin to see sensation, you begin to see sensibility, you're going to begin to see differently, how you execute, how you manage your trade because you are in control. When you follow the vibe of the market is in charge of your emotions. But when you when you dictate your premium, your expectation to the market, and you have rules of engagement, you'll be in control, irrespective of the outcome of the market. So that is one of the things I want to be able to give to traders because they don't have, you can't naturally have it except you're giving. So that is one of the things I want to transit into today. That training, I want to do it today before we launch. Before we'll move into our next week, because next week is going to be an amazing week. All right, we are actually doing a pre-launch to the team. We're going to be having a first-hand experience of our new project. From next week, we're moving from the big gains experience into our new project. All right, so there's going to be a major transitioning from uh, what we're doing to what we're moving into, and trust me, some of you will be left behind. So I'm doing my best to make sure the people that are intentional are not left behind. All right, so with that being said, I hope you guys are ready. Put ready on the chat. Okay. All right, good. So let's know what you're ready for. The first thing I want to start with before we move into the training, I want to ask a couple of questions, all right? Because you guys are saying, if I say you're ready, I'm actually trapping you, but you guys don't know. Okay, I'm setting a trap for you. So, what was your proof of work this week? No. Before that question, hold on, hold it, hold up. How many of you think I'm being hard as a coach? Like I'm tough, I'm hard. I just want to get a feedback. It's both ways. I give you guys accountability. I need feedback from you guys as well. Honest opinion. You guys make it fast. Be present, be accountable, and communicate. Simple. All right. It's a plain question. Like, how many of you think I'm tough on my approach to mentorship, to coaching, to training? Like, man, there's so much pressure. Like, I'm overwhelming you guys. All right, you guys are being nice. You guys are being nice. And I understand. That's fine. It's okay. Okay. What do you guys think being hard means? Or being tough? What do you think when you say someone is tough? Do I look like someone who cut slacks? Like I cut you slacks. I allow things slide. There's freedom of activity, you know. And I'm asking for a reason. Okay. Mm. Okay, you guys are just being nice. Okay. All right. Okay. Beautiful. I asked myself a question. Okay, why am I saying? Because your level of intentionality makes you hard. Okay. So hard is an expression. Like I go hard. I'm intentional, principled, and disciplined. All right. It's a responsibility of I'm hard on you guys. But I'm doing it in a way you are not. You see what you're doing. You see what you guys are doing. You're framing it to be nice, comfortable. Just what your mind is telling you. I don't accept mediocrity. I attack anything. I bring it. I am a light that exposes every darkness. I don't give room for normalcy. I'm hard. That's the truth. Okay. However, your mind is framing it, I want you to accept that this is the hard part, and I'm taking the hard part on you guys. Okay. And it is for a reason. I want your mind to understand the reason. I'm someone who points out what you cannot even point out for yourself. True, true. And I tell you how it is. Real. I'm real. That's hard. Okay. I have empathy. I have sympathy. I am realistic emotionally. Okay. But I don't accept excuses. But I give room for change. I am patient. So I have a mix and a blend of why you guys are interpreting me to be disciplined, soft, but not hard. I have a mix of it. And there's a reason. Okay. I do my part. I would allow you to do your part. This is not a gym. It's not. So there's a difference between mentoring and coaching. Okay. So you guys are experiencing mentoring because I'm a proof of what I teach. I do what I tell. So I'm mentoring. I'm giving you a model and a template of growth. And I'm giving you every instruction, every bit of knowledge. There's a skill, the information, all right, the assessment, the guide. I'm giving you guys a guide. And most importantly, I'm standing as accountability, which means I'm also standing in the place of a coach, all right, to push you a little bit, the best way I can, passively, as I can, except for those of you who are intentionally, close more than, the general. So I want you guys to understand something. There's a mindset. I put mindset on the chat. Mindset is everything, but not everybody understand. Mindset is everything. Your mindset is like a clock. It's like it's a station. You tune it to align with that which you want to receive. But many of you are not tuning your mindset. It's not in the right, uh, what I'll call it, channel. I want to be able to help you understand how to channel. So, uh, but before I go into that, so mindset is everything. Remind me, okay? But before I get into that funnel, how many of you here, you have a proof of work this week? Just answer first before I tell you what a proof of work is. Because I know some of you will be confused. You are thinking right now, what is a proof of work? Okay. It's a question, and that question is for everyone. If you're confused, just say you're confused. If you do think you have a proof of work, allow me know you have a proof of work. We're going to get into it. It's very, very important. Okay. I do my best. What do you do for a living? I do my best. I'm going to do my best. I believe I do. All right, good. How many of you don't have proof of work this week? You see the way I use the word proof of work? That's what's making you confused. The work, proof of work. You're confused. And it's okay. Many of you don't have proof of work this week. Yeah, Leandro, you have proof of work. I know, I even know about your proof of work. All right. Okay, good. Let me leave you in your confused state. Let me throw more light. How many of you, when you got into this week, you set a goal and you have proof of that goal you set this week? Okay, let me put it this way. So proof of work in an environment like this. Did I give you guys instructions for this week, last week? I did, right? All right, good. So you have a template. Can I say you 100% have a template for proof of work? Proof of what to work. Am I correct? All right, good. Did you apply yourself and you had a proof of application this week? If you didn't, say I didn't. If you did, say I did. Now this is very, it's very powerful. Okay, many of you didn't. All right. Despite the fact that you attended last week. I did it last week, I did it the previous week. And I'm doing it this week again. I'm going to do it next week. But guess what? You're going to be a victim. Why? Mindset. Your problem is not because you're not alive. Your problem is because you're dead living. You're releasing. You're dead. Something has died in you. You're just awake. You're running on a custom program. It's not yours. You know, when I say that you're not in charge of your actions and your habits, many people don't know. This programming is as big. Programming is as big as you don't know. It's so big. It's so detrimental. A lot of people don't know how it affects them. You want this, you know this, but you can't do it because why? You're not in charge. You see why you guys are not answering me? You're already a victim. You know within yourself that you did not have proof of work. So I ask again, how many of you have proof of work? Some of you are going to jump off this call and it's okay. I'll feel good because the next training will be a waste to you. So I need answers. How many of you, now that you know what proof of work, if you were confused when I asked, do you now know what proof of work means? Hmm? Is there anyone who's obscure as to what proof of work is? All right, beautiful. So I would ask, many of you have clear proof of work this week? And let's just throw more light. So for those people who are still feeling a little bit confused, or maybe out of curiosity, okay, blessed uh Samson, Evelyn, what was your proof of work? What inspired your proof of work? What did you work this week? So if I give you a template, okay, I want to understand if you wrote on that template. So unmute yourself, the three of you, okay, starting from Samson. I told you some of you are going to jump from this call, and it's okay. You can unmute yourself. So I want to be able to, because if I'm going to do this next week, I need you guys to understand how serious and how clear it is. So you don't assume, many of you assume, and I don't want to move into assumption because there's a training. I'm training right now. Okay, and I want you guys to understand the training in clear. So if you watch the video, you will know what it's required. Okay, it's not going to be a season movie. All right, yeah, you can unmute. I give. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. I'm just be quick. What was the template? So if you say today is Friday, I have proof of work for Friday. All right, what was the template for that proof of work? What did you work?
All right. He asked us to have a group and add at least 30 people in the group.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have the group and I applied myself. I didn't get up to 30, but I'm working towards it. Right.
Okay.
And for the assignment, I make sure I completed my assignment for the swing shift 53 back testing.
Okay.
Yeah. And also I followed my discipline like on trading. So
Beautiful.
yeah.
Good. I'm coming back to you. Evelyn.
So for last week, when we did the quarter, you mentioned about the blueprints. So I went back to watch the blueprints again, and you also mentioned about watching 10 videos. That's to make us to prove that we're very serious with it, but it's what you're obsessed with, you become better at it. So I couldn't watch 10 videos this week because I was so busy, but I watched 3 videos. And the swing shift call, which we did, I wasn't able to stay until the end, so I was only able to watch it on Friday. That was how I found out about the assignment. So I started the assignments just this morning. With the 30 people where to had, I haven't done that at all because people who I approach to get involved in this forest, they're very skeptical and so pessimistic about it. So I'm still doing my best to approach people. That's it, sir.
Okay. Um, who else? Blessed. All right.
Good morning, sir.
Good
So
morning.
last week, Friday, you gave assignment regarding the swing shift assignment, the 50 back test, 50 trades back test. I was able to do mine. I watched the swing shift video, I think 3 times. And you also gave assignment regarding watching the 3 videos you did regarding the character, habit, and actions. I watched the 3 of them. You asked Samson to send it to the group, and it's actually a very, very interesting videos. And I keep watching it even till this morning. I still can't, I still can't stop watching them. And I think these are the main uh, assignment I did, and I gave myself. Some sort of assignment to watch your past videos, even if it's just once each of them. and I was able to do 8 of them, and I'm happy to be able to do them.
Beautiful. Who else
That's all.
again? Who has said you applied yourself? You have proof of work. So the rest of you don't have proof of work, right? So I'll come back to Samson. I'll come back to everyone, okay? So what is the template for proof of work? What was the center? What was last week calls centered on majorly?
Growth.
And what was the foundation for, what's the blueprint for growth? That foundation, there is a word that I said, I emphasize on the different training, I emphasize on building character. What was that thing that I said is the instrument of building character? Instruction.
Instruction.
Am I correct?
Yes,
And
sir.
I even gave you guys a 3-month plan that use these 3 months to just build humility in following instruction. Did I?
Yes, you did.
No. You can mute yourself. I need the rest of. I want
Yes,
people to understand. Yeah, I said you can mute something. I want to get replies on chat. Not everybody can talk. Okay. I did, right? So if I did and you participated and you're showing up in a call of accountability again, did you follow that instruction? Because that I said follow instructions and I gave instruction for the week. I said you should have 3 goals every week: your learning goals, your earning goals, and your growth goals. Okay. So, and I give you a template for your learning goals that if you want to learn, okay, if you want to be obsessed about building character, there is something, a practice you have to do towards your learning that has to surpass that which you do towards your earning. All right. And your growth. See, your growth goal it's so powerful, but you guys are used to learning and earning. Okay. Now I said in the hierarchy of it, your growth goal is as twice important. You put your learning goals and your earning goals rest on your learning goals, and your learning goals rest on your growth goal. You cannot earn above who you are. You cannot earn above your learning. And guess what? If you do, you cannot retain it. So, and I make this clear. Do I make these things clear enough? Do you guys understand when I really say those things? I just want to get a feedback on the chat. Let me know if you guys are not, because this is where I'm coming through. The final thing I'm going to be coming through today in this phase is mindset, because you also need to understand your mindset. And some of you have to be scared of yourself. Okay. I'm just a light that's going to shine. Because why? You cannot earn above the level of your programmed learning. So your learning creates your earning template. You cannot earn above your knowledge. Your knowledge, your income is directly proportional to the base of your learning, your knowledge. Okay. So what you know today is what you earn from. If you increase your learning, you have a capacity, you increase your capacity to earn. Now watch this. Listen to me carefully. All right. This is one place in the video you may want to come back. You can take a clip of it. All right. And you just listen to it often and often. Okay. Your earning capacity, all right, is based and founded on your learning probability, your learning foundation. You increase your earning capacity when you. So I use the word capacity, type it on the chat. And I need you guys to understand, because the mindset for this industry is gamble oriented. And I'm not a gambler. Okay. I'm not a gambler. And I don't teach gamble. I teach principles. See, and the more you understand this key, income. See, this is income. Your income is directly proportional to the capacity of your learned knowledge. Capacity. I want you guys to take the word capacity. So when you learn and you increase knowledge, you increase capacity. You can have capacity. Just because you have capacity doesn't mean you have ability. Can I continue? Capacity and ability is not the same thing. Capacity qualifies you. Ability transfers you. When you grow, you are able. You receive ability. Growth gives you ability for qualification. What capacity has qualified you? So, equation. Let me put the equation together. If you want to earn a lot, you increase your capacity to earn a lot. Okay? If you want to experience growth, you increase your ability. Growth increases your ability. So the same way you learn how to earn, you learn. In fact, you're obsessed about learning how to grow because why? Ability overrides capacity. Let me example. You go for a job interview. Is there qualification? Okay, so let me put it this way. Just in a lame way. I need you guys to just understand. Okay. You go for a job interview. Maybe they say that job interview, they put out a requirement. Maybe the first level requirement is a BSc. And you put out your qualification. Just lame. Now I said lame. Now it goes details and it's a variable. You submit your application. And in that application, they see a master degree. Who do you think they'll call first? There's someone who submits. I'm just saying lame way right now. By perception, who do you think they'll call first? You see a master degree and you see levels of experiences, places that has been worked. They're put there, but there is just someone who just finished school and has a BSc. Who do you think they'll call first? I need you guys to just understand something. All right, in capacity and ability. Okay. Now, this is just the frame of a certificate. If the frame sells you as someone who has grown in the level of education, that sells ability. That sells, because of that, access comes quicker. Okay. In person, you may not be the smartest, you may not be the one qualified for the job, but access speeds. So ability can actually override capacity. In fact, your level of capacity is increased more, is spirated more, okay, when you grow. So you can grow in different things, okay? Now, I'm going to bring a point to what really makes you grow as a person. So work experience is one of the things that is going to, what have you done? Where have you worked? Have you impacted? Those things are going to be looked into, and they're going to actually establish your growth, not your certificate. Now, you may have a certificate, it gives you capacity, but your experience, that's what shows you've grown. Now, I want to say this in this light. I want you guys to understand that equation I gave. Because the type of hunger, I try to look at myself and I realize the type of hunger I have is based on the mindset I have. Okay, so it's all about mindset. So many of you, you're trapped. You're trapped in the side of the equation of where knowledge is your power. Where knowledge is power. You think you need to know, and the more you know, okay, the more you can earn. That is true. But you cannot earn above the level of your ability. And knowledge does not increase ability. I need you guys to just dwell on that a little bit. Knowledge does not increase ability. Knowledge gives you capacity. But you see something about ability. You cannot grow more muscle by how much you know how to hit the gym, what type of exercise you can do. All right. What exercise affects each part of the body. You see, all of that is what? It's knowledge. It gives you capacity for actions. It makes you, someone who has capacity knows exactly what to do. All right. Are you guys with me? Put 100 on the chart. I don't know if you. So now you guys can see you have capacity of trading. You know, by my training, you have capacity of trading, risk management. Because why? Capacity brings clarity of actions. But the simple question is, why aren't you still having the type of result that matches your desires and goals? You see, it's going, and guess what? Don't take it for granted. Okay. What I am doing to you is more enforcing your growth level, but I'm giving you the required capacity for that growth. So you are experiencing growth. Some of you, one of the things you're going to see is that as you begin to experience growth, as you apply yourself to the growth method I'm showing to you guys, you're going to see your capacity transformed into ability. You're just going to see that you make more money in the same activity you do as a trader. But now the clarity of making more money and managing your trade just gets simpler and simpler. All right. And you're just getting results more than before when you used to learn a different way. Okay. And you're not increasing your growth method. You're going to find that some of you are already finding out that it's becoming more easy. Because why? You're applying differently. You are now able to earn the way you should. Okay, it's not capacity anymore. It is now ability. And when there is ability, there is an open channel. The universe gives you what you deserve. I am deserving of the result I have. That is ability. Capacity gives you a range of hope. Ability gives you a range of deserving. Okay, and I know this may be a little new to some of you, but I try my best. What do you do for a living? I do my best. I do my best to make things clearer. So as you focus, so many of you are obsessed about learning, and that's good because why? It gives you capacity to do. But what makes you grow? All right. What makes you ability? Effort towards, to write this down. There are two mindsets majorly in the business environment, in the money environment. Number one mindset, doing a job. Number two mindset, building a business. What is the mindset for a job? Show up. Do your responsibility. Wait for pay. Less responsibility, more of a mark cheater. You just mark the sheet. What's my responsibility? They note responsibility. And guess what? They can even be effective in doing responsibility. You're giving a job and you're giving a yardstick for payment. That is the mindset of over 98% of people in this race for success. They are job-minded. Many of you are trading like you own a job. But whilst there are few who come in to build a business, when I came in as a trader, I built a business. I had the mindset of what does it take to build a business? This is a business. I don't just want to be a trader. In fact, I detested being a trader. I knew it was going to be a tough one. It's not what I like. but I realized it was a pathway. So I treated it like a business. What was required? The knowledge. What do I want to use this knowledge for? From the beginning, even before I started learning lot size, I knew what I wanted to use the knowledge for. And I'm building a business. Do you know why I have the work ethics that I have? I do more than other people because I realize ability is more powerful than capacity. I learned like you. So in fact, it affected the way I learned. Okay. So when I give you guys this template, I spend 4 hours minimum so if I say activity mode, okay, so I have the job side, but I have the building side, building a business. Okay. It's a mindset. What mindset requires? I am not comfortable at my present result. It's all about people. Okay. It's all about you. I'm building for you. So I show up. So why do you think I'm more hardworking than you are? Because why? I am not doing a job. I'm building a business. Okay. Why do you think I run so many business, but I show up more than you do? I don't have excuses. Many of you you are not as busy. Maybe you think you're busy. I run projects, okay, from real estate to design. I manage other people's business, all right, and I'm building. Do you know how many projects I'm building that I'm running with a small team? If you think you have a job, it's a mindset that makes you think you're busy. The truth is you are not managing your time properly. Okay. So guess what? I've been groomed to know how to manage every aspect of my business. I'm busy. But guess what? I have time for growth. I'm reckless. I show up. Relentless. No excuses. Okay. I put in more time in the week than you guys do put in your own dreams and goals. Because what? I'm building a business. You see, that mindset has grown me. So what grows you is your mindset. You shift your mindset, you're going to get into the journey of growth. What are you building? Are you doing a job or you're building a business? You see that mindset, the moment you can shift it, it changes everything. Are you building a business or you're doing a job? All right. So whose trader does a job? You go through school, you learn the grades, get a certificate, and you get a job. That's what most of you are doing in this market. You learn the skill, fund an account, and you start trading. That's a job. Period. That's the truth. It's the same mindset you were programmed from school. That is the same thing. So guess what? Why is it a job? You rely on the market to pay you. Am I correct? Talk to me on the chat. If the market is not open, you don't get paid. Except you don't want to talk to me right now. You know, when I say many of you don't want to accept, but as a truth, I'll make it clear to you. Okay? What you're doing is that you are changing jobs. So if you're coming in here and you're saying trading is your financial freedom, you're just changing jobs. Are you guys ready to still listen to me? Because there is no difference between a trader who is learning the skill, understanding the skill, putting money into an account, and trading a market they don't control. You are running a job. You're working for MT5. You have a boss. They open the business, you show up. They close the business, you run off. They pay you based on what you bring in. The capital you bring in, that's the return. That's work. Your capacity of what you put into the market is what the market gives to you. That's a job. True or true? Do you agree with me? I know many of you have not seen it this way, but I'm sad. I'm sorry. I'm just making you see it in a different light. That's a job. And you know why? Can I tell you something? Data don't lie. Write that down on your note. Data don't lie. I trust data. I trust God, but I also trust data. Because why? The path you're going to run is based on the data that has been created before. What makes you a good trader? Your ability to see the data of the past of the market. The more you understand data in market, the more you understand clarity of where you're going. So data is actually future. So let me show you a data of the job environment. 95% of people live paycheck to paycheck. Is that true? Put 100 if that's true. Okay, just do a bit of research. Ask ChatGPT, go into forums, go ask, okay, and say how many percent of traders succeed globally? 95%. Between 90 to 95%. Is that a coincidence? Yes or no? Is that coincidence? You guys, it's a job. Trading is a job. Trading is a job. Just because you're a trader you know what makes people flex their muscle in trading? Because they are exposed to money, liquidity, over $7 trillion exposed every day. The type of job is flexible, just the way some people love freelancing today. They work from home. So they are flexible, they have time, they have freedom, they do it from the comfort. So the spec of the work is what people enjoy, but it's still a job. You work for the market. If the market is open, you earn. If there are no principles of money attached into trading, the principles of wealth applied into trading, trading is just a job. And some people are getting the best qualification, but they are still doing a job. And guess what? Statistics shows over 95% of traders are living paycheck to paycheck. What you see on the internet is just 2% of people who are flexing their muscles. You guys really need to go back to my training and really listen to the heart of my communication. I'm not here because of trading. I'm here to build a business with you guys. I'm here to give you a constructive opportunity to build a future of wealth with an opportunity that is rare, that is unique, that is powerful. So, just like you have a job, is a job bad? No, a job is a tool. A job is not a destination. I want to become a successful trader. What is the trader the destination or the success? Am I making sense? So some people have prioritized the trader more than the success because the principles of success remains the same. It remains the same. Value equals wealth. The capacity of your value is the capacity of your wealth. So I've said it over and over again. I bet to differ. I need someone to come and tell me and say this is not true. The most successful traders you know out there that you believe in, that you've seen them successfully, they have the proof of work. Are they traders or they are business people? Answer me on the chat. This may be one of my last training that will push you. That's why I will give it my all, because the truth is I'm getting tired. I'm changing models. Okay. God will help me. I would help you. But the truth is, you need to know if you need help. You need to help your mindset. Is there any trader you know today? Call their name or go research about them. They're not building a business. And guess what? Some of them, they didn't start out to build a business, but they go successful by building a business. The principle of success never fails. The amount of value you give to the world is what the universe multiplies and compounds back to you. The universe is not interested about your knowledge. You need your knowledge for your capacity to give to the universe. So if I know how to trade today, what does the universe receive? That is the wealth. That's what creates wealth. You can earn a lot. Do you know how many traders earn a lot of money but still end up being broke? Just give them 5 years. If you do not take advantage of capacity into ability, wealth is not transferred. So your greatest focus should be building a mindset for business. This is a real business. So if you know how to trade, what do you do with it? What are you going to do with it? You're building it today. If you know how to trade today, and if all you want to do is earn money, you are a job seeker, you're a job owner. It is good. You may earn a lot of money, but is that what you really want? To earn a lot of money or to build a system that will pay you a lot of money? Which do you really want? Because that is what I teach. I'm teaching you to build capacity for systems. And I'm creating a system that can help with that capacity. But my confusion is, do you know that is what I am doing? Because if you do not know that's what I'm doing, that's why you're not learning right. That's why you're not applying yourself. Because you do not know the mindset I'm building. A mindset for system, a mindset for compound, a mindset for growth. Because at the end of the day, if you know how to trade, do you think trading is all there is to know? Or you want to become a successful trader? Success is in it. There are many traders in the world that knows how to trade farm, but they are broke. They've remained broke for 10, 20 years. They've acquired lots of knowledge. They've earned, lost, and they keep finding strategies. Some of them are moving to trading right now. They move into bot system, automation. They are confused. They know how to trade, but they are not successful traders. You know what? The difference is the mindset they started with. They never changed their mindset from the job system. They came from other job system and they, oh, trading is good. All right. They were fueled, all right, with the signals, the vibe of the internet. They saw lifestyle. Oh man, this is what people do. Well, guess what? They did not become the people who do these things. Every name you know out there built a business, was centered around people. They were people focused. They were service oriented. So as they got the skill, their value increased. More people sought out for them. And there were systems around this environment that they capitalized on. And guess what? They're making a lot of money. I got a meeting. I was in a meeting with one of the service providers, and they gave me data of some of the top traders in this country and how much they earn from a business. You will be shocked. They have capacity to trade because it was not built from emotions. They built a business. Imagine someone earning, all right, over $35,000 a week from business of trading. $35,000 a week. That's a total of over $100,000. Now you see this person putting standard 100 and just taking it 10, 20 pips out of the market, and you see, wow, I've just earned 500,000 from a trade. And you think they know how to, it's because they know how to trade. That's ability. That's not capacity. It's not the same knowledge you have. They have ability and they have capacity. So guess what? Do you guys still really still want to listen to me? Are you guys still really listening to me? Not many people will tell you what I tell you, but I tell you for a reason. I educate to liberate. Liberation is really what's key for me. You need to know what you're pursuing, and that's the mindset will change how you have an opportunity. Okay. And guess what? I've not even started I'm still in the level and the phase and the curve of knowledge. I'm still giving you guys knowledge. The core of transformation have not started, where there are systems, application of systems that will transfer what you guys are doing. I gave you guys an insight last week that part of this system is to give you a structure so that you can affect others. Now, many of you don't know how to build. You're not business oriented. That is not, it's not your problem. It's part of the programming that society have done, that you don't know how to do this thing. School didn't teach it. And you guys have not exposed yourself to trainings and mentorship that will help you imbibe the character of building businesses. So guess what? You need people, you need environment, you need mentors, you need systems. Guess what I'm doing for you? I'm creating systems to help you magnify your impact in knowledge. Why do you think I'm more interested in you following instructions, building trading character? If you have trading character, you've increased your capacity into ability. You've grown a certain way, but now you need structure. Okay. So what am I doing? Growth is really about people. So to test your growth, you need to serve people. But some of you are blind to that aspect. And I'm creating a system to help you serve people. You wake up every day, and what you've learned over the period of 2 years, okay, you may not have money to sponsor it, because that's what every of your mindset of a job is telling you. You need more capital for you to trade. Bang it. Delete that. You don't need capital. You need capacity, proof of capacity. You don't need capital. And you don't need capital to prove your capacity. You need your capacity to prove your capital. Money don't matter. As long as you have access to fund the process, the trading money is not what matters. It's not how much you have and how much you're making today that I'm interested in. It's if you stay with me 6 months, 1 year, and the next 2 years, if I'm doing a review over the next, I'm not going to ask you how much you made. I'll be foolish to do so. I'm going to be excited if you made a lot of money, but I'm more curious. What I want to ask you is, are you confident that if you take all of this money out, you can do this again? There was a process you did it, and that process is documented and tangible. That's proof of capacity, proof of concept. If you do that, investor will lodge over you. Money will pursue you. Not many people have proof of capacity. Systems can be built around that, and that is where you go passive, you go big, that capacity. Do you know how many billions people put in the bank, and the only thing they receive is data of how much transaction of debit has happened to that money? People have money around you. Okay, there is money. There is systems that need people's capacity. People don't have capacity to manage money. What you are learning right now is you're building capacity to manage money. If you can be successful with money, is not your problem. People will look for you. Just imagine, I said something. You have proof of concept. In the next 6 months, you can build a proof of concept, documented proof of concept, 6 months to 1 year, that you did 10% every year or 5% every month for the next 6 months, 1 year, and you have proof of it. I kid you not. Even if you do not know how to get money, I would expose you. There are systems presently that are paying people. They're paying in the billions. Billions, if not moving into trillions. People who are managing funds for them. There are systems around it. And you think your problem is capital. Your problem is mindset. That's why I'm building a people, a type of people, because what we're doing, we're changing the financial narrative. Okay, people think money is a problem. Money is not a problem. Capacity is. Okay, have proof of concept. Build it. Take 5 years. Build it. If you have it, you are done for. But you see something, the mindset will not allow you to. Because why? You're doing a job. You have the mindset of a job. A negative mindset cannot create wealth. A lack mindset cannot create abundance. A job mindset cannot create riches and wealth. So you have to shift the mindset. So you now know that The more capacity, I want to build capacity. So where you're learning this skill, but you're learning it for something. And now what I'm doing with you as a coach is I'm giving you the solution you need tomorrow. I'm providing it today. So while you are increasing your capacity, I'm going to be earning from it. That's business. I've created a business in the future. You have a need tomorrow. I'm solving it today. Because why? Many of you do not have access to clients. Am I correct? You don't have access to investors. Am I correct? Are you guys talking to me? Because if you know how to trade, you need investment. Now you don't have access. So why? You're relying on your investment. So you're looking for capital yourself. If I solve that problem, would you focus on knowing how to trade very well and have proof of trading? If I solve that problem. If I tell you that show me 3, 4, 5, 6 months of proof of concept, I'm going to get you $100,000 capital, and you're going to be making nothing less than 10% every month. You see, your level of work is going to be different. Am I correct? How you do this thing is going to be different. Am I correct? It means mindset has shifted because now you see a business opportunity. But truly, that's what is happening here. But you're not seeing the business opportunity because you're more phased in the job opportunity. Okay. And that is really what I am communicating every day, day in, day out. I'm training you to be a business person. But there are certain things that are needed for the business. You need to have it. I'm not offering, I don't want to be the one who does things for you. I want to make you a business person. So I'm creating an entire society of people who are business oriented and we're going to serve the world. There's a problem out there. People need solutions. The world needs, money needs ability to be managed. We're training those ability. That's what we're doing with this nation. We're training ability. That's why I'm more, be focused on concept. Don't focus on the money you're earning right now. Focus on the concept you're building. The proof of concept will give you ability. 2 years from now, many of you will be managing $1 million. You will be shocked if you just focus on this concept that I'm telling you. Money will not be your problem 2, 3, 5 years from now. But if you keep being a trader, 5 years from now, you're still going to be my student or another person. In fact, you'll be a student of another person from here. You will keep waiting for this, what will work. Because why? Your mindset was on a job. Can I still continue? I'm getting tired. Many of you are working right now, you're earning less than $10,000 a month. And you're not concerned. You're feeling comfortable. Some of you are even working, you're not earning up to $1,000 a month, and you have a gold mine in your hands. So when I give this instruction, I'm building character. Go watch 10 videos, at least dedicate 10. You know what you're doing. When you increase knowledge, you increase capacity. There is no limit just because you know the strategy. You see, one of the things that is disturbing you guys, the moment you know how to do something, you get distracted. Just because I have strategies that work, LBS work. Now you're obsessed with LBS, you're documenting LBS, you're focused, you're obsessed with LBS, and you're forgetting learning in itself. You're not watching the video, you're not building learning character. You are comfortable with that which is known, and you're obsessed, you're trying to create results. You're obsessed with results, not process. And some of you, you're dead to your growth goal. Okay, how many people did you approach? How many people? You keep giving excuses. You're not building against your excuse. You're accepting your excuses. Because why? The mindset doesn't require people. So if Kenry is telling you approach this, is even if some of you you're doing okay, let me just obey Kenry. You're not really seeing the need to do it. There's no need because why? You're not business oriented. I'm business oriented. That's why I'm creating a solution that you don't even need today because I know you're going to need it tomorrow. What is technology today? They're creating solutions for tomorrow. Serving people. The amount of people you serve in this world is the amount of value you give to the world. The people who earn the lots of money in the world are those who give the most value. Why don't you position yourself to give value? When you wake up every day, I wake up differently. How we wake up matters. I wake up to serve. And guess what? Everything you're looking for, I have it, but I use it differently. So no wonder I make more money than you do. It's not because I know how to trade more than you do. It's not because I know how to manage. It's not because I have more capital than you do. Don't get deceived. I have more value than you do. The more you begin to compete in value, everything changes. And I'm giving you guys templates. For every excuse you've given, I'll match you. Some of you don't know people. Okay, what of the people that you know that are here? They are already interested. How much value have you given to them? Some of you keep coming to take. You're never giving anything. That's a mindset. If you change that mindset, you change how you do things, and you're going to find out that these same things you are pursuing, you are trying to get result in, they just keep showing up. You just keep getting the result. And you think there's a coincidence in that. No, everything is related. Your growth is related to your learning is related to your earning. If you do not begin to appropriate the same energy you do, in fact, higher energy to your growth, if 2026 come to an end and the curtains close, what 2026 require, if you do not see wealth at the end of 2026, it's not going to be based on you did not learn or you did not earn. It's going to be based on you did not grow. Period. That's the truth. Okay. So when you grow in value, you see this value. If you know how to trade, you become a different person. The reason for knowing how to trade is because you can help other people now know how to trade and make money from trading like you do. But you see one of the mistakes a lot of people are doing, okay? They want to know how to trade first rather than build the capacity of knowing how to trade. I'll get to that another day. All right. So, mindset. Be clear on the mindset. Review this meeting again with the other 3 meetings. You're going to see a connection. There's a connection with all of this, and it's all about character. The character for success, the character for wealth. I gave you guys a template from learning. I gave you a template from earning. I gave you a template, proper risk management, discipline. Okay. But growth, you guys are not taking the template, but I'm connecting all of them because why? The perfect person that's going to be transition is going to be based on the person who's following instructions. Just follow instructions. There's a lot I'm not talking. I'm only giving what I can, what you need. But there's a lot I've already done for our tomorrow. If only you can apply yourself today. Okay. Trading. I teach what you can use. I don't just teach what you can know, because what you know and you cannot use properly becomes I don't know if you know what in a computer, there are files that are corrupt. And when some files are corrupt and accumulated, what does it do to the computer? So knowledge is corrupting when it does not properly is expressed in usage. Okay? Knowledge is corrupting. That is why it is very, very important. That's why I teach the way I teach. Every of my teaching is connected to use cases. There's a use case for every of my teaching. I tell you guys something. I've told you guys that when I teach you a strategy, open an account for it. That's a use case. Because why? It needs to be expressed and documented. Because for every strategy I teach you, tomorrow you should be able to prove how you've grown, not how you made money. How you've grown. Now I've traded. If in the next 3 months you cannot see what you've done with EU, with a certain strategy, and all you did was make money, but you don't know how you made the money, you just wasted 3 months. Now imagine some of you have done it for a year. You're just trying to make money. God bless you, you made money, and you did not know how you made the money that you can replicate it and do it again. You just wasted the whole year. I don't want you guys to waste time. That is why I'm giving you guys use cases. We're doing a new strategy right now. The instruction for that new strategy is still the same. Okay. If I caught some trade this week, and guess what? Some of you took those trades in your previous account. That is prostitution and gambling. It means you're not following instructions. Because why? You're just trying to take money from the market. Job seekers. You change our mindset. So for every opportunity I give you, express it. Have an account. So some of you, and guess what? Do you know many of you, before you came in here, you had problems of multiple accounts? True or true? Put 5 on the chat. You have problem of managing multiple accounts. Do you guys still have that problem right now? Because why? That's the expression. If everything is designed to manage what it learned, you will never be overwhelmed by managing it. Because why? So I call EU trades. I've given you how I trade EU. Even if I don't call the trade, I just give the chart. Many of you know how to trade EU or GU. You have an account for it. That's currency. Now I call US 30 indices or S&P 500. I told you guys you can add EU currency at my play dates. All right. But portfolio wise, I don't joke with indices. If you're trading US 30, it's US 30. Have a portfolio for US 30. Have a portfolio for S&P 500. Have a portfolio for gold. All right. Now, if you have another, I brought BTC. Have a portfolio for BTC. At the end of the month, when I call a trade, or you see an opportunity and you take it, okay, guess what? We're winning 85%. Look at last month, okay? So let's say across all indices, and if you guys go search individually, separate currency and see, go to the result week in after, separate each of them, separate them, you will find nothing less than 75% accuracy. True or true? Which means if you separated your account, so even if you do not get 85% of the overall, but oh, it was only EU you took or your currency you took, guess what? Currency did 75% minimum. They all did the same range of accuracy, all because I used the same strategy, the same concept. But you know why many of you don't get result? Because the losses are missed in the wins in same account. I call it gold. You took gold on one account, but we lost S&P 500. Guess what? No growth, no documentation. So the result is a documentation. That is proof of trading. So when you have results, see, I know many of you, you don't know how to use a trading journal. I've been here for long. Even me, I don't use it. I found out how to journal my trade, and that's what I taught you guys. Many of you, you've been wait. How many of you have been here for 2 years? Your first year, you were showed trading journal. True or true? But you never used it. You will not use it. I found out that people won't use it because me, I didn't use it. To be documenting my trade, to be documenting what I want to trade, and just be, it's tiring. That's one thing in the trading space. I'm a very disciplined person. I did it for a while, but I left it. I couldn't stay. So I had to find a way because now it's needed. You have to document your trades. Okay. So when I show you my account, that's the documentation. When you look at your account, you look at the S&P 500, you see your growth. That's your documentation. When you see the month, the 2 months, and you see what's happening in the group, you can look back and what am I not doing well? You can go work on that's documentation. But if you're just trading to get a result, you took EU there, you can't even know what to work in. The next you think you need to go and work on your strategy. No, you have a problem with money management, emotional management, okay? Character, everything but your strategy. So how can you deal with it? I showed you a way to deal with it, but many of you are not applying yourself. You're not even investing as you should. So averagely, every trader in this space should have nothing less than 5 accounts, minimum. How many accounts do you have? That is by my standard. Like, if you're someone you want to really take advantage of what we're doing, so Ken Rewire 5 accounts. So there's price action account. And there is, when I say 5 accounts, just being playful. So let's say price action. Yeah, price action. Oh no, let's just come to LBS. How many LBS structures do we have? Type it on the chat. Presently, we have 2 LBS structures, raw and the plus. Okay, good. So you do the raw. So let's say raw. Raw. How many currency do we trade? How many instruments? We have currency indices and metals. and I'm active on all of them. So if you're leveraging me, it means for raw, you have 3 accounts, except you say, oh, I only want to do raw indices or raw gold. Okay. Now you are reducing the option of experience. Okay, which is fine. That is you manage. If you stick to it, that's fine. So raw. Okay. We are thriving on plus. Now you get into plus. It's okay. I have raw on this instrument. I want to also see by default, I should tell you, whatever we're experiencing, you should experience it, because the whole goal is to experience much enough for you to increase that capacity. If you're not experiencing, you're doing something else, which is you're trying to isolate yourself to get your result, to be a trader, rather than experiencing everything it takes for you to build capacity with the availability of what God has blessed us with. Okay, you should be a good, you should be a good plus trader. As much as you're getting your raw, you should also be experiencing plus. Okay, because why? At the end of 3 months, 6 months, that is what you got from me. You were able to know how to, you can say, oh, I did raw, I did plus. And I can say when I documented my result, this is the result. Both of them were good, but this was better. You can now know how you want to build investment. Because at the end of the day, let me tell you guys something. Compound your strategies. The more strategy, it's just like certificates. Like I said, someone has a master degree, someone has a BSc. We are not on the same playing field in the job hunt. True or true? So if you want to even do the job well, gain more capacity for strategy. There are strategies that can manage your day-to-day living, day-to-day experiences, day-to-day investment, because some people need day-to-day investment, but some people need capital investment, institutional investment. They want to see your capacity and your range for a year, swing options. That's why I do price. Everything I'm giving you is a solution for tomorrow in this space. Okay. So if you take only one, that's good. That's your capacity. But at the end of the day, my advice is increase your capacity to take more and do more so that you can give more. Am I making sense? Don't limit yourself. So I'm only doing raw. Don't limit yourself. Okay. That's an advice. Because why? This is your learning curve. Experience. You don't know what you will be good at. That's the truth. Until you see your results in the whole experience. You may think you love scalp, this our intraday, type of LBS, but tomorrow you'll be shocked that you got better with swing shift. And the only thing that will make you shock is not because you transited into swing shift and start getting results. No, you are able to see a document of I did this, I did this, I did this over this space of time. This is my result. Proof of concept gives you clarity and transfer your capacity into ability. Don't just transit because you like it. Who are you to like it? Why do you like it? What gives you the audacity to like it? What gives you the pressure? I like this. I was told by my mentor, be careful what you like. I was insulted. I had a statement that was insulting. What gives you the audacity to like when you are broke? You don't control your finances, you are controlling your likes. And your likes and your preferences controls your finances. And if the proof of your finances are not good, why are you liking your likes? It dawned on me. Okay? I question my likes. In fact, I take my likes and I go and meet my mentor. These are my likes today. Is it okay to like this? I begin to question every of my, because I realize that my habit creates my character. So I have to track my habit and I put them on instructions. I bring every action and habit under instructions. So that way I was able to evade it. It's the same thing I'm telling you guys. Okay. It's not about what you like or what you prefer or what you can do right now. Strive towards what I tell you to do. You're going to be a better version of yourself. Your liked version of yourself. If you strive towards doing the things I tell you to do, that's instruction. Putting yourself to evade your actions and your habit. Don't control them. Let them be controlled. Does this make sense? All right. So 5 accounts. Instructions on account management now. After this now, I'm going to teach lot size. All right. Then I'm going to teach the blueprint of, it's very simple. I'm not going to waste time on that. The blueprint of the LBS premium. Okay. I won't teach you the lot size training. I promised you guys I want to train. I'm going to train this now. I'm going into that. Are you guys with me? Put 100. So Managing account is very, very powerful because if you're going to manage portfolio wealth, you have to know how to manage accounts. So you have strategies, different strategies, experience them. Have an account for currency, have an account for indices, have an account for gold. Okay. Now play plus, and now I permitted you guys to leave raw, but some of you are still trading raw. That's fine. Okay. But now you're trading raw. The reason I permitted you to still stay on raw, I've seen the result with raw and snipe. You guys are seeing the result. I trade with plus. You are seeing my result. Are your result better than mine? Raw. Everyone on the chat, are your results better than mine? For those of you that are still trading raw, let me know if your result is better than mine. Okay, good. So if I still let you trade raw because I needed that for your own confidence, I have proof of change. So if I tell you to change to raw, I know why I'm telling you. But I left you to do raw because it brings something, an experience of instruction. You're doing it. I want you to have your own proof of concept. So guess what? Some of you are going to stop. I need not to tell you to stop raw. Before long, you will stop it because of my result on plus. True or true? Okay. Some of you are already thinking of stopping it. Already, you're getting tired. Today it works, tomorrow it's there. Oh man, come on, boy. Not even when you're not seeing consistency in our plus. It'll be like, man, I need to stop this thing. No. Can't really say we should stop. Why did I even? But it's okay. It's part of the process. Okay. Just imagine I stopped at raw. Raw was good. Okay. It's good, but I saw the challenge with raw. It's not because of its accuracy. The concept is bad. It's because your availability to get the full concept, there's a challenge. We are not staying in the market. We're not robots. If we are, we'll make the raw is okay. But sometimes a sell will happen. You take the sell, but you're not available to take the buy. And guess what? Sometimes you are even available to take the buy, but you are sold. The risk is in the buy. Your stop, you have not been taken out of the sell, but the buy has activated. So risk is an option. I'm a logical trader and I'm a logical trainer. I'm not seeking result. I'm seeking process of action, proof of action. If I cannot see the action that leads to the result, I don't care about the 100%. I want to see the action that leads to the result. If it is not tangible and realistic, I move. Am I making sense? Who's that? Open. Are you guys with me? So I'm training you for proof, what I know you can do and master. Okay, that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm transitioning into. And guess what, Kenvry? If this plus is this good, why do we need premium? Just like I told you, you don't know why you need, you didn't know why you needed plus. So I may not be able to explain to you today why you're going to need premium. For me, it's about control. And I told you earlier before I came into this call, it's not just getting multiple results in plenty places. No, I want to build, I'm building character. It means I want to see myself in the trade. Plus gives me control in my decision. Okay, but it never gives me control in my direction. So I want to be directed. I want to direct the market. So the infusion of premium, I've been finding where to place premium, okay, was inspired by swing shift. So if the market mitigates a strong point of interest, it's not going a certain way, right? That's direction. When market structure shift is for direction, so plus is for direction, plus follows direction. So I'm not looking for up, down now. If I shift, plus gets me in. So it's still LBS, but I am only getting in on the direction the market has shifted towards. Did it just make sense now? Can you see how simple it is? Did you guys just see how simple it is? And guess what? Can I tell you one truth? Majority of our trades are direction oriented. If you check plus, they are direction oriented. You find out that I added change of character. Okay, it means there is a shift concept already, and that is why it was accurate and we got that result. Okay, but there were occasions where we dabbled into both. We are open to both sides, but this time premium is not going to be both sides. We're only looking at one direction. We look at the market one direction. Now imagine you can experience that over a period of 50 trades, and you can see premium result like this. It's going to be a game changer. Are you guys excited? Are you already excited for what I'm sharing? So that is everything I do. I'm doing so that you can master your ability. And guess what? Yeah, I'm doing it with the freeness of heart and with the freeness of option. We still have a whole lot of journey ahead of us. We still have months ahead of us into this year. But some of you don't have proof of concept, and you've been with me for 3 months this year right now. I still haven't seen your proof of concept. You're not accountable. All right. You're not following the process of instruction. You are just available, taking and just doing things by yourself. You need to make a change, make a difference. All right. So I did let me post this in the group right now. Manage account is good. So many of you have challenges with lot size. It's a simple where should I send it? Okay. Let me send it on Telegram. Okay. Are you guys with me? So this is a simple formula, all right, you can use to calculate your assets across all currencies. So you know what lot size you'll use, okay, for every trade. So there's a formula, all right? We just get into it. Simple. This is calculator formula, very, very easy, okay? Sorry. Okay, okay, so let me just get right into it. Wrong lot size. Before you enter any trade, you must answer one question. How much am I willing to lose? Not how much am I willing to gain. Do not be willing to gain what you cannot afford to lose. So how much do I want to lose in the trade? So you establish that. So there's what I call equity management. In your equity management routine, okay, how much do you risk per day? Or what you can do is how much you want to risk in a month. So if it's 15% in a month that you want to risk in a month, you break it into your trading days. We have 20 days. So if we have 20 days of trading, okay, that's 15% divided by 20. How much will be that? It means every day, this is what you're committing to. Okay, that's if you trade every day. You know, let me come to this because this is a risk management training right now. And I need everybody to just a moment. How can I share this? Just 1 minute, just 1 minute. I know I've done this training on equity management, trade management, and risk management before. Some of you've not gone through it. That's why I'll later you go back to my video and keep learning. If you keep learning that, you keep learning things that I've done over the years. Okay. But I'll just talk on equity management. Okay. Risk management and equity management. There's a difference in all of them. I know this call is taking long, right? Sorry, we'll round up very soon. Okay, because of time, let me just do it the way I wanted to do it. So, your risk management, a lot of people are not good. And I think I did it in one of the calls. I think the blueprint, the 2026 blueprint, I talked a little bit about risk. Or one of the calls we had earlier before that in the beginning of the year, I talked about risk. So what is risk management? There's a training I did on risk. I don't know if it was in GFO or was here in, I think I've done a training. I did it in GFO, but I also did it here. I believe I did it here, but I cannot even know. But let me give you guys a concept of risk. You are building trading character. You are a risk and portfolio manager. All right. One of the things you need to prioritize is how much do I risk? How much do I want to make this month? So let's say you want to make 15% or 10% a month. It means you're risking 10%. That is proper risk management, one-to-one. Are you guys writing this down? Very, very important. Okay. So if you're risking 10%, right, what's your average trading system? That's why I tell you, have your concept before your risk. It's very, very important because why? Your concept will determine how you risk. So if I am trading averagely 2 times a day, or I averagely take, from my documentation, I would have known I take 2 trades a day. That would be a total of 40 trades a month. Okay, am I correct? So you establish that 40 trades, that's your average trade, 40 trades a month. Okay, good. Now, if you're risking 10%, right, and you trade averagely every day, that's 20 days of trading. 20 days of trading. I'm just saying 20 days of trading. 10 divided by 20. What's that? Students, you guys hurry up. Yes. 0.5. Okay, good. It means you're using a 0.5% every day. And if you take 2 trades, 0.5 divided by 2. As 0.25. It means you're risking every day 0.25% per trade. And if you take 40 trades, you're going to risk 10% of your account in the month. If you do this, you can't lose more than 10% a month. So if you have $100, you would only lose $10. If you have $1,000, you would only lose $100. If you follow the risk management plan, you will not lose. That is a portfolio manager, not someone who just want to trade and make wealth today, tomorrow. You're not pursuing what you're pursuing, character. So, and guess what? If you can be found risking an average of that amount of money consistently for the next, because we have a winning strategy, we see it. Every month you come out winning. Do you know why some of you are losing? It's not because the trades are not winning. Your risk is not winning. Am I correct? It's more about your management of risk than the strategy. So what you need to do clearly is hone your management, risk management. So that's why I'm doing this bit of small training now. Okay, so we can even separate. Should I cut the video and make this one short? Okay, let's just make it a whole video. It's holistic. So what you do, so I've given you guys a template. What are you risking in a month? Break it down into your average. So we take from the LBS, we averagely take 2 trades. So you can just use the LBS format. But if it's for other trades, for swing shift, you can't tell the amount of trades you've done it. And I can tell you averagely, you could break it into maybe 7 to 10 trades a month. So if you're risking 10%, you divide it by 7%. Right? 10 divided by 7 is what? Because I'm going to show you. That's why when I teach you something, I want us to document it together. Okay, over. So 10 divided by 7 is what? You guys type calculator now. 1.5. It means you can use 1.5% risk for your day. Now, when we do like the swing shift I showed you guys right now, there are times we would have the options of like gold. When I showed you guys gold had two options. The first one we lost it, but the second one right now is running. Okay, so gold is in profit as I speak to you. The second entry, the first one has lost, it has regained. So what you do is that when you see the options, you divide that 1 day risk into those options and you take them. You can manage what you track. But if you have wasted the whole day's risk in that first entry, guess what? When the other one came, you won't take it. Am I making sense? Okay, so that is how to manage the trade and with your risk. So, but you know that 1.5% is what you have for the day. And you do that over a period of 7 trading days, you have exhausted your 10%. That's it. You cannot lose more than what you put out to manage. Is the reason a lot of traders are losing more than they can manage is because they don't have what to manage. And they are just opening their capital, gamblers, okay, and prostitutes. Don't be that type of trader. So because of this, I've given you guys what to use to trade now. So you now know what to use to trade. Okay, so the question is what lot size? So what is 1.5% of your account? So let's say you have $1,000 or you're trading a $10,000 account. What is 1.5%? And I'm also going into funded programs. The risk you use in a funded program, you guys let's remind me, I'm going to hold a training on trading risk on funded program. It's a different risk option, okay, depending on the leverage of funded accounts. Okay, I'll do that. This is generic right now, and you can use this to transition into, funded programs. So 1.5% of a 10K account is how much? That is $150. It means if you have to take a trade, you're using $150. So if that is it. So you guys are looking, because of, I don't know if I should share it. Oh, how am I going to do it? Okay, sorry. Just a moment. I want to be able to be talking and doing this. I'm going to log in right now and I'll use my pen. I want everybody to get the formula. Are you guys tracking? Am I making sense in the training? Some of you are not responding. I will send you out of this training right now. If you're not responding in the chat. All right. My wallet is not here. Okay. All right. So I need you guys to, you're looking at, I sent the pictures in the group, so I'll just be referencing it. I want to share my iPad so I can draw out the calculator from here. So this is new. Okay, good. So the first one is, I'll just draw and I'll do it for different currencies. This is good, right? This is risk calculator. So formula. If you look at that, the formula is okay, good. It's lot size for you to get your lot size, because there's a formula for your lot size, is risk divided. Okay, so this is divided by SL times value. So what you do first is you first get the value of your SL. SL means your risk for that trade, your stop loss. Okay, so let's say if a trade is 50 pips stop loss, all right, and your value. So if you look at this right now, you ask yourself, what is value? The value of that currency per lot size. Okay, so where did I start this? Hold on. How much do I want to lose? So this is it. This works on every market. You come to, for Forex, the value in pips for every lot, the value of one lot in every currency. For Forex, one lot, okay? So for Forex, one lot is $10 per pip. That's the value of the pip in Forex. So one pip, for one pip is $10. For metals, so I'll just break this down, is one lot. So it is different. So in either pips or points. So what you take more in gold, okay, is the point. One pip is 100 points, and that is $100. One lot size is $100 per pip. That's 100 points. So it is gold is calculated in points, okay, as against Forex. Forex calculated in pips. So one pip is 100 points. And it's the payment on gold is actually on the point. So 100 points is one pip, and that's $100. All right, for one lot. Now, so that's the value of gold, $100 per lot. The value of Forex is $10 per lot. Now, for indices, okay, indices, I know I missed one. There was one picture that is not here. Indices is $1 per point. Okay, hold on. It's just like gold as well. Let me see these pictures. Okay, so I did not send all of the pictures. Let me quickly send this one. Okay, so indices, let me send this picture quickly. So indices is usually $1 per pip. So one lot is $1. Okay. $1 per point, sorry, per point. So it's still the same as $100 for point. For one pip is $100. So that's $100 as well for indices. Now, if you want to get the starting from Forex, so gold and indices are likely, depending on the broker, they are likely the same thing. So that's per pip is $100 per point. Per point is $100. So one pip is $100. It's $100. It's 100 pips in indices. I'll come to the details when I come to indices. So let me just rule that out. Let's go to Forex. So if you want to calculate Forex right now, so is risk. How much are you going to risk in a trade? So let's say now you're risking 1.5 and 1.5 is $50 in a trade. So I'll use $50. So I want to risk $50 in a trade. It's going to, my lot size is going to be $50 divided by what is the stop loss of that trade. You need to get a stop loss. So if the average stop loss we're using, so let's use 50, okay, for stop loss. That's 50 times, okay. Now, what is the value of one lot in Forex? That's 10. Okay, that's 10. Hold on. Okay, so 50 times 10 is equal what? So you have to do this first. 50 times 10 is 500. Okay, so 50 divided by 500 is what? 50 divided by 500 is equal what? 0.04. Did you guys get it? Okay. 50 divided by 500 is 0.04. It means that trade for me to reach $50, okay, and for 50 pips, I'm going to use a 0.04 in that trade. So let's say our stop loss was 20 pips. So that would be 20 times the value of one lot, okay, which is what? 200. Okay, it's already putting it there. All right, and this will now be 50 divided by 50 is what you're using, okay, divided by 200. How much is that? That's 0.4. Am I correct? Are you guys got the equation, all right? Okay, 0.25, sorry. 0.25. It means this is the lot size you're going to use. And everything comes back to what? This $50. Because what you're risking. So if you do 1-to-1, you've made $50. If you do 1-to-2, you've made $100. If you do 1-to-3, you've made $150. Everything is moving by the value of this risk. Does this make sense? Okay. So this is before you take your trade. Don't say, oh, I'm always using a 0.5. No, 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 no. It's the stop loss that determines your what? Your lot size. You already know what is static is. You already know how much you want to risk for that trade. But what will determine the lot size is the stop loss. The value for calculating it. Okay, the only variable that changes is what? Your stop loss. So let's say it's a trade that has only 15 pips. Okay, you're going to find out that your lot size will increase. Because some of you, what you guys are doing is, because you're already using one particular value, even if the stop loss is small, you are just using that value. And you're not supposed to make the money you're supposed to make in that trade. Okay. But imagine there are trades that will go 300 pips and you're still using the same value. And guess what? You lose more money than you're supposed to lose in a particular trade. Does this make sense? Let me know in the chat. Is this clear? Was this equation clear to calculate Forex? I know the challenge a lot of you have is not Forex, it's gold and indices. Okay, so the value of gold is $100 per pip. All right. The moment you know this is easy, you don't even have to go to a calculator or check your begin to check your broker or many things. It works. So let's say in this same case, I have $50. All right, this is gold now, XAUUSD for metals, and I want to risk. My risk is $50. Lot stop loss is $150. 150 pips. Okay, how am I going to get my lot size? So lot size will be equal my stop loss times value. So stop loss is what? 150 times what's value of one lot size is 100. That is what? 1,500. Man, so many calls. Okay, that's 1,500. Now, to get my risk will now be, my risk is what? $50. 50 divided by what? 1,500, which is equal what? So I'm just doing so that's what you use. That's 0.03. So this is what you use, 0.03, okay, to be able to lose $50. That's that's what you will use if you do 150 pips. That 150 points, okay, that is like 15 pips. Now, another thing is, how do I calculate pips and points in my broker? This is 15 pips, so 150. So gold is calculated in points as indices, points. So if you go to your broker right now, when you move this thing, what you see is not pips, it's points. Okay. Let me quickly I will show you this. So let me just draw this. So because that's another thing you guys are gonna have challenge with. Pips is measured in points in indices and gold. So this 150, the 150 points, I'm doing points, it's actually 15 pips in gold. Does this make sense? And I'm going to show you guys how to see the points. So at 1,500 points is 150 pips in gold. So if that is actually what I wanted to use, which is 150 pips, which is averagely, the risk used, you're going to find out that this equation would differ. All right, what you're going to be using, okay, is not even going to be up to 0.01. You're going to be, it's not even supposed to be up to 0.01. You're going to find out that your $50 risk is too small to risk this type of trade. Because why? If it is 150 pips, it means you cannot be taking trades that is 150 pips. Because why? Because the lowest lot size is 0.01 in some brokers, in majority of brokers, except you have a cent account. All right. So, but I'm using 15 pips, but we don't do 15 pips to good. Averagely, it's like 50 pips. I'm supposed to do maybe from 50 pips. So if it's 50 pips, that is we're going to be looking at 500. So that would be 500 points. So if you even calculate 500 points, because our averagely trade on gold is between 50 and 100, 500 points times 100 is what? That's 500 point. That's 1,000. That's 5,000. That's actually what? Sorry, excuse me. 500 points is 50 pips. Okay, so I'm using 500 points times 100. That is 5,000, right? 50 divided by 5,000, you're going to find what you're supposed to use. 50 divided by 5,000. $0.01. So for 50 pips already is even, okay, it's 0.01 you're supposed to be using for 50 pips. Anything that goes above 50 pips, you're already, it's crazy. Are you guys getting this equation? Because gold is a very technical pair. Okay, that's 50,000. Okay, it's not 5,000. 500 times 100. Oh, okay, that's 50,000. So you can even find out that gold already, okay, you are already even beating. Sorry, I'm using sorry, let me do this quickly. So I'm supposed to use 50 pips. So here I'm supposed to use 50 because you won't get the calculation if you're using the point value. So I'm supposed to use 50 pips. So that 50 pips, all right, is 50 times 100, which is 50 times 100, which is 5,000. You get a 0.01. That is the equation. You can use the pip value, okay, on gold because many of you are used to pip. If we use the point value, you will not get the calculation appropriate. But trust me, as your equity increases, you will begin to use the point value. Okay, because that is how you're going to manage the trade very, very well. So you get 50 pips, whatever 50 pips is, 50 pips is 500 points. Okay, and every point is $1. Okay, so one lot size is 100 points, which is $100. $100. So it's the calculation is already done in the points, but it equates to one lot size. So since we're calculating the lot size, okay, is actually as amounted to the point. So one lot size is $100. So 50 pips, okay, which is 500 points, is 50 times 100, all right, which is 5,000 divided by what? 50 divided by 5,000, you get that equation. Is this clear? Can you guys use this as a template? Is it clear? The template, is it clear? Let me know in chat. So let's say I have 100 pips. So 100 pips times 100, okay, that's equal what? That's 10,000, okay? So you divide 50 divided by 10,000, all right, 0.005. So you see that if you move into 100 pips, you cannot reach $50. Are you guys seeing how these apply now? You will be over leveraging because there's no 0.005. The minimum is 0.01. It means if you take this trade with a 0.01, you're going to be losing $100 in this trade. Is that clear? That's times 2. If you use a 0.01, that's times 2 of this. So there are trades in gold you should not take with a certain account that you're willing to just risk $50. If the trade has passed 50 pips, you have no business taking that trade. If it's $50 you want to risk. Now imagine, what is $50? What is $50? Who uses $50? Okay, that's 5% of 1,000. Now imagine if your risk was 1.5%. That's $15. You're supposed to use $15. So you see that the reason some of you are losing is because you're over leveraging. You're trading a currency you're not supposed to be trading. All right. So there's a type of currency that meets your capital criteria. Is this making sense? That is why I tell most people, you can leverage funded accounts when you want to trade certain currency. If you're using a live account for gold, okay, you are supposed to be trading with a minimum of $2,000 and above, $2,500 and above real capital for gold. If you want to follow a proper risk plan, gold, okay? But if you want to trade it in a funded account, you can use a $10,000 funded account. And to get a $10,000 funded account, all right, you can actually, if you get an evaluation account right now is how much for a $10,000 account? With less than $200, I mean, $200 and something right now, you can get a $10,000 account. Trade it in an evaluation. Take a month or 2 to pass it. You now have access to a $10,000 account. 10% every 2 months, it's $1,000. Imagine your $200 gives you access to this. So what you need is discipline. So for you to risk a $10,000 in a $10,000 account, okay, 1.5% is $150. It's enough for every type of risk you want to take. Does that make sense? Okay, it's $106. Imagine it's $106 for a 10K account right now because of the 20% discount. Can you get a 30K account? Many of you are not investing in your this, but let me leave that. Indices is the same thing, likewise gold. All right. I just wanted you guys to understand the formula. Have you guys understood the formula now? All right. Is it clear now? It's the same way you calculate indices, it's the same way you calculate, it's the same way you calculate indices, it's the same way you calculate gold. Okay, points. Oh, with 20% is wow. That's a walkover, man. That's a great walkover. So for indices, hold on. Okay, so what we have in indices is risk. If it's risk, so let's say we have $100 risk. We're risking $100 in indices. Okay, to get the lot size is $100 divided by SL times value. So if the SL average indices is between 150, okay. Let's say if the SL is 150, that will be 150 times what's the value times 1. So the value is $1 per point. We're using point now. This basically is points. Okay. So every point you see in indices. Now indices is point based, just like gold, but gold was calculated in the lot value. The value was calculated as $100 per lot. Okay, but indices is $1 per point. So the lot value is the point. It was kept in point. So if you want to, 150 times this is what? 150. So the value, this is what you get. So your risk is going to be 50 divided by 150. All right. What's the answer? 50 divided by, okay, I think the 50 divided by 150 shouldn't even is equal. It's even giving me 0.03. All right. This is 0.03. It means for every point that moves with a 0.03, okay? So 0.03, you'll be losing $3. About $3 per every point. Now, if you have 150, what you have to understand is you now have to, depending on your broker, because when I got this equation, I have to, indices is now varying on broker. So some broker calculate per point, while some broker convert points, okay, into pips. So this 0.03 in some broker, okay, you is times 100 for a lot. So what you're going to be losing in this trade is $500 in some broker. So you have to know if your broker is operating in points or is operating in pips. Okay. So that is why for indices, one of the things I always tell you guys to do, go take a trade right now for you to know what your broker is operating on. Take a trade with a 0.1 lot size and do 100 pips, okay, in your demo account. All right. Or even in your live account, but take a pending order. Whatsoever value you get, you find out that it is 10, it moves like gold. Okay, if you use one lot, it's going to be 10 lot size. Okay, so if you put 100 points, which is 10 pips, or you put 1,000 points, all right, which is 100 pips, whatsoever it gives you in the monetary value, that would tell you the amount your broker is taking per pip. So if you put 1,000 points, because what you see in your broker MT5 is points. So if you put 1,000 points, that is 100 pips. Okay, and you use a standard one. If you see $1,000, if you see $100, okay, it means your broker is taking $1 per pip. Okay. Now, if you see 1,000 points and you see $1,000, it means your broker is taking $10 per pip, but it's averagely normally $1 per pip, just like gold. Okay, so you just have to check. Some brokers, okay, are doing for one lot size are doing $1. Some brokers $1. Like 10 trade now is doing $1 per lot size. Okay, so for 100, that's per pip. So for 100 pips is $100. Okay, and 100 pips is 1,000 points. So you want to know with your broker. Does that make sense? Is this clear? Just know that that's the only way you can get indices. You want to know with your broker, and that's clear. If this is clear, put clear on the chat. It's $1. Yeah, it's $1 per pip. Most brokers are using $1 per pip. Okay. But for 10 trade is their one lot is actually their mini. Okay. The minimum you can use in trading indices is one lot, standard lot size. And that standard lot size is equal $1. And that is actually mini lot size in Forex trading. Okay. Any question on this? Okay. Any question? Okay. Your broker. Yeah. Is that 10 trade? So does this apply to swing? This is your question. Is very, very funny. What is swing in this calculation? What is swing? Whether you want to swing, this is lot size calculation. Whether you're living for 100 pips or you're living for 10 pips, it doesn't really matter. Whatsoever value, I'm showing you how you get value. Okay, for every trade you're taking. Whether if you're risking, this is risk. The lot size for your risk. The reward, this is not training for reward. So reward is, if I'm risking 50, I want to get 50. That's 1-to-1. Okay, so you know what you're going to get if you go 1-to-1. You know what you're going to get if you go 1-to-2. So if your swing is 1-to-10, okay, that means if you're risking $50, you get $500. So this changes nothing for reward, but it makes you establish what you want to risk and trade. Because of time, we've spent a lot of time here right now. Do you guys think I should still delve into the swing LBS? We spent a lot of time, and you guys, today is Easter, Good Friday. Should we postpone? I've eaten more than the time. I never thought I was gonna take. I've eaten more than the time I was supposed to. Somebody said no. You not even waste time. It's gonna take about 10 minutes. You guys are live at Twitch too. May take 10 minutes. Just like I assume that this may probably take 1 hour, 30 minutes, the whole training. Now it's taking 2 hours. Okay, so the truth is I already taught you guys the swing shift. I already gave you guys an idea on the swing shift. Okay. A day of the chart. Because of time, okay, let's put it on. I may probably do it on Sunday night or Monday night. Or Monday training. I'll make it a Monday training, a Monday morning training. We have something special on a Monday. Okay, I want us to have the chat. So let's know today is out of chat day. Today is just training, out of chat. Okay, I'm sorry. I just feel that we should do it like that. I don't want to get into the chat again. Let's leave this energy for the training on risk management, managing portfolio, and trading mindset. And for the strategy, we can do that on another day, and we just have that day for clarity, for understanding. Okay, does that make sense? That's what my spirit said I should do. Okay, even if that's what I didn't plan to do, because we're giving a lot, and this is really more about management. Strategy is not strategy, it's more about management. How you manage your trade is a principle. Okay, and mental management and account management goes together. But if we go into strategy, that's technical. Okay, it's going to just shift everything. All right, it will shift everything. So next week is going to be a transition. We're going to be having a transition next week. Okay, we're transitioning from every of the activity that is happening in the big gains trading community. It's going to be a big week. Okay, for those of you that are preempted, God bless you. It's good to show up because a lot of things happen when you don't show up. Like some of you did not show up for the swing shift training, and now you don't have access to that. You have to grow up to have access. Okay, so we're also transitioning into our new trading platform, our new application. We're transitioning to the experience. Okay, and we want to be able to, before we launch out generally, full operational launch, I want to launch with the team so that we have an experiential, phase with you guys, during the transitioning process, see feedbacks before we move into full-blown out, launch for this month of April. So we're going to be transitioning from big gains trading community to our new, many of you don't know the name yet. All right, so yeah, you're going to be knowing before the call, by Monday or before the call, because we're putting a flyer out. Okay, and everything just changes. Okay, from the community to the whole experience to feedback to management to onboarding, it's now going to be systematic. All right, to transparency. Thank God, everything I've done, I've tried to be transparent as a coach, and this is the same spirit I want to put out there. In the trading space, it's okay to be transparent. It's okay to know how to good, but be a transparent good trader. Because the more transparent you are, the more people can trust you. Now, you guys don't find it difficult to take my trade because I've proven that my trades work. Right? I have a proven track record. So when you come and you take my trade with a spirit, knowing that, yeah, I can trust the process. Week in, week out, month in, month out, being consistent. Come on. You guys should give me my flowers. All right. So, and it's the same thing we want to put out there. It's the same platform. That's the purpose of the platform, to build trust. When people come in and they trust in the process, it's a bigger change. So that's what we're going to be doing. Creating that sensation for traders that don't even know they need it yet. So much is going to be happening. I don't know if there's going to be any question. If there's no question, that is about my time. If there's no contribution, never forget this. There was an instruction to this training. Don't forget the instruction. Okay, everything is connected from the last 3 trainings I've done with this one. That is 4 training. It is connected. You want to reflect on yourself, track your effort. I said that last week. track your trades. I said that in the score. If you track your trade, you see a pattern. Because what you want to know for, you know me for something and you trust me for something. What will people trust you for tomorrow? Don't just be a trader that brings in results. Be a trader that brings a platform. All right, a process platform for results. People trust that. And if people can trust you, you have a wave of capital. All right. With that being said, please, can we have access to this video after the meeting? It's open. If you're following me on YouTube, you can just go grab it. It's open. It's an open call. Okay, so I can call it now. What can I title it? I just have to go title it. And yeah. So, guys, have a beautiful weekend. Don't sleep in your comfort. Your comfort zone is your broke zone. And if your bank account reflect broke zone, run away from your comfort. But even if your bank account reflect okay now, it will make you broke, your comfort. Okay, successful people are not comfortable. They have a life of comfort, but they are not comfortable oriented. I don't have a comfortable mindset. I'm not complacent with my growth. Okay, I am grateful. But I'm pushing the limit of my growth day in, day out, year in, year out. Because there's no comfort in the wealth zone. There's no comfortable wealth person. We're moving out of comfort. Okay, that is why we create realities that are exceptional, because we're not sinking in our comfort. If that be true about successful people, don't you want to check yourself why you feel comfortable about where you are? Okay, all right.